They've got to get a little bit younger in certain positions. But when you look at their offense, I'm still not sold on what's going on at tight end. I'm still not sold what's going on at wide receiver, aside from Steve Smith, obviously. And I think a lot of that falls on the quarterback. I think Jake Delhomme this year, one of the things, if I were sitting here talking to him right now, I would say I would love you to show me next year whether Drew Carter can be a #2 receiver in this league. Whether Kerry Colbert or any of the other guys that the Panthers have behind Steve Smith on that roster can be a solid 3rd or 4th receiver. Because the good offenses in the NFL, they have an established running back threat, which we're still trying to figure that out as well with D'Angelo and Deshaun Foster. Still trying to figure out who's going to be our guy. After Steve Smith, we don't have an established receiver. The good teams have 3 established receivers and a tight end or a 4th receiver. So you're talking about we need to really make a lot of progress in establishing that 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and even 5th option offensively. A lot of that, I think, falls on Jake to make sure that he gets these guys to step up and understand he's going to give them the opportunity to make those plays.
All right, now, you recently underwent hip replacement surgery.
I did.
You're a young guy.
Yeah. I'm going to show off my cane right here. Here it is. That's how recent it was, yeah.
How do you feel? I mean, you look like you're in, that had to be a lot of pain, right?
You know, I'm 42, and I did not think in my wildest dreams that at 42 years old I'd have a hip replacement, total hip replacement. And one of my best friends, another of the more well-known older Panthers, Wesley Walls, had his hip done about 5 or 6 weeks ahead of me. So the two of us now, aside from having that bond on the field, we now have the hip bond off the field. You know, it's a brutal game. It's a violent game, and it's a game that it takes a toll. If you're fortunate enough to play a long time, the average career in the NFL is 3.5 years. I played 17. Wesley played, I think, 14. If you play that many years, chances are the cumulative effect on your body is going to take a toll. And we're paying the price, but fortunately these days with the technology and everything else, our quality of life is going to be dramatically improved. You know, 2 months ago, my 2-year-old daughter, if she didn't want me to catch her, I couldn't have caught her. I couldn't move in any directional change whatsoever. I couldn't run around and play soccer with my son, my 8-year-old son. I could hardly make it from my bed to the bathroom in the morning without, you know, some kind of support. So the quality of life was not very good. I'm looking forward to being able to get back out and play golf again, chase my kids around, and have a lot of fun and enjoy what should be very enjoyable years.
Having played as long as you did in the league, and I know you've heard and probably followed the stories about what a lot of the older vets are trying to get from the union, especially for guys who cannot move around at all and paid a very physical price. And there's a big debate going on, you know, how much money should be given. What's your take on that whole situation?
Well, I come at it from a wealth of opinions and experience and ideas. And I've always been a very loyal union guy. I've always been a union guy. I was a player rep for probably half of my years in the NFL. And feel very strongly that the union always does work in the best interest of the players. The current players. That's the key point. And I'm finding out now, and fortunately for people like myself and Wesley and the younger retired players, this awareness has been raised because of what the older players are going through, has made our transition a lot easier. Some of the disability benefits that Wesley and myself and a lot of the younger players have already qualified for because of our hips and because of knees, whatever else. These guys have gone 20 years before us not being able to qualify. But because of the awareness that they've brought about through their efforts, through their unity, through their commitment to finding a way to make this happen, it's made life better for us and for future retired players. I've always felt very strongly that retired players need to be better taken care of. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry. And to take care of small things like the number of retired players that are out there that are suffering from significant disability is a drop in the bucket for the NFL to make that commitment. And that has been brought to light by these guys, all the different groups that have formed now that have been trying to raise awareness, and I think it's fantastic. And not for myself, because I was able to be a beneficiary of obviously a different era in the NFL. We had better benefits when I played. Not as good as what the players are getting now. We made more money when I was playing the NFL. Not as good as the players are making now, but much better than the players that were 10 or 15 years before us. And they're now hopefully getting the attention and the awareness that they deserve and they need, because they built the league and made it possible for guys like us and the future generations to experience what they experience.
Maybe one of the reasons you needed this hip replaced, when I was doing some research, because you and I have talked so many times ago, what can I talk to Steve about that I haven't talked to him about? The Sack by Cornelius Bennett.
Yeah.
Tell me about this. It was actually, there was a painting made of this, about the Sack.
If you want me to tell you about it, you're assuming that I remember it. I don't remember anything about that play. I was knocked out cold on that play. It was recently rated as one of the top 50 hits in the history of modern football, I guess. And I personally, and the people that really watch it, they think it's a top 10 hit. I think it was rated 35th. But yes, at the Bear Bryant Museum at University of Alabama, there's a life-size mural that was painted off the picture that was taken of that hit. Cornelius Bennett caught me on a bootleg. I never saw him coming, and he caught me right under the chin, and it was an absolutely fantastic hit and spectacular. Everybody that I've ever met from Alabama, every individual I've ever met from Alabama, first thing they say when they find out that I am who I am, that I'm Steve Beuerlein, you're the guy from the Sack, the hit, whatever that thing is called. You're that guy. And I'm saying, yeah, that's me. I'm that guy. So it's just more proof to that saying, you know, better to be known for something than nothing, I guess. And I've made that guy a lot of money, and Cornelius Bennett's made a lot of money off of me. And I see him every once in a while. We joke around a lot about it. But heck, it was a great hit by a great football player, and I'm just glad that I survived.
Of course, this is when you played at Notre Dame,
right?
Obviously, in college football. Talking about playing Alabama. Now, you're involved in another business here in Charlotte. Tell the viewers about it.
Yeah, it's a fitness equipment company. Right now, actually known as Charlotte Fitness Equipment. We've got 5 stores in the Charlotte area, 2 up in the Triad, and we'll be combining those 2 stores eventually into 1 store in the Triad. But a lot of growth going on. We're going to continue to grow through Charlotte and try and expand through North Carolina. We sell both retail and commercial fitness equipment, treadmills, ellipticals, home gyms for the home resident. But for a commercial business, you know, anything you could possibly need. You know, Smith systems, all the free weights, all the dumbbells, all the dual cable pulley systems, all that stuff. We sell it out of our commercial division. We're going to be going through a name change pretty soon. Going to try and get the word out that I do own the company, and it's going to be something tied into my name. I can't tip my hat right now to what we're thinking, but in the next few weeks it will come out. We'll do some advertising and let people know that Charlotte Fitness Equipment is now something much more name related to me, to make sure they know that when they go shopping for fitness equipment, there's only one place to go, and that's our place.
Hey, get Holtz to help promote it on ESPN.
You know, he owes me. He owes me. Lou Holtz has used me in so many of his books and made fun of me, all his stories, that he needs to jump on our bandwagon and be an unpaid spokesperson, I think.
There you go. Steve Beuerlein, still one of the most popular players ever to put on a Carolina Panther jersey. Steve, great seeing you.
Thank you, Bill. I appreciate it. Great to be here.
All right, that wraps up another edition of Sports Night here at Woods on South. I'm Bill Rosinski. We'll see you again next time.
Sports Night is brought to you by Imbo Furniture, Scandinavian and Contemporary Designs. Fox Tops All, the countertop specialist. Call now and ask about our starting line selections. Charlotte Health and Fitness Magazine. Ansel Brown. And by Woods on South, 2100 South Boulevard. Thinking of updating your existing countertops? Then call the countertop specialists at Fox Tops All. Fox Tops All is a leading provider of premium custom manufactured countertops, which we fabricate to your specs. No matter how large the project, Fox Tops All believes in exemplary customer service from the moment you walk through our doors until the last installed surface meets your satisfaction. Come visit our Mooresville showroom today and see for yourself why Fox tops all.